After this week's most recent episode of Peacemaker, I'm going to share with you all a theory in this video about how I think that we haven't seen the last of Rick Flag Jr. So episode 2 opens with Rick Flag Sr. and him being in the new position of being Argus' director, him requesting the files about what happened to his son, and obviously finding out that Chris was responsible for the death of Rick Flag Jr. And I do think it's going to be really interesting to make us as the audience trying to figure out a way to emotionally be on Rick Flag Sr.'s side to ultimately potentially take down Chris. But putting that aside for a second, I want to talk about this theory about how I believe that when Chris goes to this altered dimension based on him sending that text to Harcourt, I think he's going to find out some things about this new dimension that won't make him too happy. Going back to episode 1, there was a line that Keith said in another dimension.
I think you should give that another shot. I mean, I know she's with that jarhead dog.
And I am to believe that the jarhead that she is dating in this other dimension is no other than Rick Flag Jr. So now this sets up this whole new situation where Chris has to face another version of Rick Flag Jr. and potentially have to fight him and kill him for the love of Harcourt. But of course, that also brings up Rick Flag Sr. I think he's going to find out that his son is in another dimension and he's going to need Chris' help to get to this other dimension so he can have this way of saying goodbye to his son, even though this wouldn't be his version of his son because it's from another dimension. So what do you all think? Will Rick Flag Sr. have to use Chris to see his son from another dimension to say goodbye from one last time? Do you all think that Harcourt and Rick Flag Jr. are dating, which means that Chris is going to have to fight for her love? What do you think about my theory? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And for more Peacemaker discussions, DCU discussions, consider subscribing and following for more.